Hi there, Libra. Thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 12th of September. Venus, the planet of love and your ruler, continues in your sign. Venus is making, in the second half of this week, a beautiful alliance with Mars. Now, when Venus and Mars are perfectly balanced, it means that the masculine and feminine side of relating is working very well. But there is also a link between Mars and Uranus, which provides a backdrop for the whole of the week. And this can be very enlivening. You may encounter someone who's very different to you, someone who, in some ways, is a bit confrontational, but not in a horrible way. They just sort of get to the point, but actually can be very exciting to be around. They're almost like very refreshing with their candour, and also can be very characterful in their way of being. But this can also get you thinking about relationships in general. And in the second half of this week, your ruler does go into an opposition with Uranus. If you're in a relationship which does tend to be a little bit dominated by work, chores, domesticity, the obligations and needs you have to fulfill towards others, I do feel that that can become quite wearing. Actually, the Sun and Mercury are combining in the most psychological part of your scope this week. This could bring up into the open some issues that perhaps you've been a bit reluctant to look at. Some confidential issues could be shared, or points of view, especially on the back of the lunar eclipse, which occurs on Friday. If you have been keeping something very much to yourself, even if you don't want to hurt the feelings of someone you're close to, that's going to be much harder to do from Friday, but not just towards the end of this week, but in the next 6 months too. Somehow or another, your voice has to be heard. And you also need to feel that your love life is actually very much in the here and now. It's activating your soul. You feel engaged by it. It gives you a sense of excitement. You're buzzed up by being together. If it's not like that, this is a great week, this opportunity to be a bit franker with one another, to try to find the ways to rejuvenate things. But if you feel this is going to be difficult to do, maybe you need to be thinking seriously about whether you're with the right person or not. Because this arc of electrical energy that's going to be buzzing around this week is certainly very exciting and could give you a taste, even if only in a non-romantic context, of just how exciting it could be to be with a person you really feel that you enjoy time spent with. But there is also another wider issue about relationships. There's been such a lot of emphasis for you for so much of this year on what you need to do for other people. At times your own needs have perhaps been sacrificed on this. It's great to be a good egg, but you don't want to be an exhausted hen. And I think that's really the way you need to look at things. Your own needs, your own welfare also come under the spotlight on the back of that lunar eclipse. And if you're doing too much and your nervous energy is run down, actions required to sort this out. Maybe some more meditative approaches, finding ways to engage with practices that help you to become much calmer about life, but also being a bit firmer about what you will or won't do. Now, Saturn continues to be in a struggle with Neptune, so these obligations can continue to take quite a lot of energy out of you. And although Mars is much feistier and much sparkier, at the end of the day, conversation is one thing and being switched on mentally is another, but it requires you to perhaps just fess up about how it is and put down some boundaries which are more balanced and suit you, so you can get your equilibrium back. Very important you do this, otherwise your nervous system and health could continue to be on a bit of a low ebb and not really quite as fired up as you would really like. But when it comes to your love life, if you're footloose and fancy free, don't be surprised if you get chatting to this week. It could be someone who really does make your pulse race a whole lot quicker. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.